When it comes to the ASVAB, there's a lot of noise out there. A lot of it designed to confuse you or hold you back. Today, we're cutting through the clutter with 5 big ASVAB myths that could cost you your future. Myth? No. 1. You gotta be a bookworm to score high. Let me burst this bubble right here, right now. You don't need to be some kind of reading ninja to ace the ASVAB. Now, don't get me wrong. Words will pop up on that test, and your ability to express yourself matters. But this test, it's not about how many books you've read. It's about your everyday smarts. The ASVAB, it's testing how well you handle regular life situations, not just how many fancy words you know. This is your wake-up call. You don't need to be a grammar guru or a spelling bee champ. What you need is to wake up your brain with a good stretch before the test and make sure you ready to tackle questions about common sense and real-life stuff. You can prep without drowning in textbooks. With the right tips and practice, you can show that test who's boss. Remember, it's not about how many books you've read. It's about showing up, ready to think critically, solve problems, and show off your everyday smarts. Myth no. 2. All those who fail are doomed. Hold up. You failed the ASVAB. So what? Countless folks have been there, done that, and ended up turning their scores around. Look, I've seen it all. I've mentored hundreds of service members, and let me tell you something. Failing once doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means it's time for a do-over. Think of it like this. Your first attempt is like a job interview. Sure, you want it to go great, but even if it doesn't, it's just practice for the next one. You're learning the ropes, getting comfortable with the process, and by the time you're on your second or third attempt, you're a pro. You know what to expect, know your strengths and weaknesses, and you've got strategies up your sleeve. Just remember, in the military, they're looking for dedication, commitment, and a willingness to learn. A single score, even if it's not perfect, doesn't define your entire career. So dust yourself off, refocus, and go again. The key is to stay positive and keep going. You've got this. Myth no. 3. ASVAB is all about memorizing everything. Stop right there. Memorizing everything. That's not the ticket to ASVAB success. Instead, think of it as your toolbox. Your toolbox contains a variety of tools, each suited for different tasks. Similarly, your brain has different abilities to tackle various questions. Some questions might require recalling facts like pi or the capital of France. Those are like the wrenches and screwdrivers in your toolbox. For others, you'll need to use logic or reasoning skills, much like how you'd use a saw or a drill. These are the saws and drills in your toolbox. The ASVAB. It's testing a mix of both memorized facts and problem-solving skills. The trick is knowing when to use which skill. You wouldn't use a screwdriver to tighten a bolt, would you? So prepare by practicing a variety of questions and get used to identifying which tool, or in this case, which thinking strategy you need to solve each problem. It's all about recognizing patterns, understanding how to approach different types of questions, and applying the right thinking tools to find solutions. Once you've done enough practice, you'll start to get the hang of it and see those scores climb. Myth no. For it's just luck if you score high on the ASVAB. Forget about luck scoring high on the ASVAB. It's not about chance. It's about preparation and practice. There's no such thing as luck when it comes to this test. High scores, they come from understanding what's being asked, knowing the right strategies to tackle different question types, and having a good grasp of the material. To score high, you need to show up ready to perform. Luck has nothing to do with it. Think of it like playing a game. If you spend time practicing and learning the rules, you're much more likely to win. So don't rely on luck. Put in the work, study smart, and watch your scores improve. Myth no. 5. The ASVAB is only for the Army. Oh man, that's a classic myth. Let me put this one to rest right here and now. The ASVAB isn't just for the Army. It's the entrance exam for every branch of the military. Whether you're interested in the Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guard, Space Force, or the National Guard, all of them, they use the ASVAB scores to figure out which roles you're suited for. So if you're dreaming of serving your country in any capacity, you need to prepare for the ASVAB. Don't let this myth hold you back from achieving your dreams. Final thoughts. So did any of these myths shock you? Maybe you've heard some of these before, but let me remind you, the ASVAB, it's not a game. It's a stepping stone to a world of opportunities. Don't let anyone fool you with lies and half. Stay focused. Prepare well and trust in yourself. Your scar, it's not your final word. It's a starting point. So don't stress the small stuff. Keep learning and growing and you'll find success, both on that test and in your military career. Remember, knowledge is power. So keep seeking it out. Keep asking questions and keep pushing yourself. One day you will look back at this moment and realize that all those efforts were UNG's worth it. They were everything. All right, thanks for sticking with me till the end. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and consider sharing it with a friend. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to ASVAB. I've got tons of helpful videos coming up, and subscribing ensures you won't miss a single one. If you've got any questions or comments, drop them below. I always appreciate hearing from you, and I'm dedicated to helping you succeed. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy prepping.